wanna see you face to face. Oh God, surrounded by your glory, feasting at your table. We wanna see you face to face. Oh God, we are standing right here in your presence. Woo! We are standing right here in your presence. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Tsokomolesiwa. This is Gracefully Tori and I am truly excited to be hosting you. If you are seeing my face for the very first time, hi! Thank you so much for clicking on that button to find out more about who I am and really what I'm all about. And to returning subscribers, to those of you that have stayed behind even in the midst of my short break, and those of you that have subscribed and stayed even though I wasn't posting any content, yo, thank you. Shareholders, where are you at? I really hope that we can grow together. So the fact that you're seeing this video means I actually posted it, which is kind of wild because over these last couple of months I actually have tried to record content and I didn't like it. I did not like it. I deleted all my sit downs. Like, I'd go halfway and I would check and I was not impressed. I was honestly not pleased, and if I was not pleased, I was not going to put something out that I wasn't comfortable with, really, right? That would just be so disrespectful even to you guys. So because you guys deserve the best, right? But before I really start coming back to YouTube full-time, I wanted to come back with this video, which is basically a sit down and really a reflection of, let me say, the past year. I wanted to do this video in July, but really a lot was going on and I wanted to do it specifically in July because that's when my birthday is. So for those that don't know, I turned 31 in July, so I am on the other side of 30, right? Road to 35. Woo! And a lot has happened obviously in 12 months, and I really wanted to tap into where I am in my mind and share it, also documented, not just for myself, but for you guys as well. But also, in years to come, when my babies, my little ones, come and, watch my content and they're able to find a point of reference, maybe to something that they might be going through and find encouragement, right? Yeah, and that's really why I want to do this. So I wanted to talk. I have no script, I have nothing, but there's so much I want to say. It's hot. It's around 8:30 in the night. We're in the midst. We are during we're in the midst of a heat wave. I even have like frozen water. I don't even like icy water, but hey. Yeah, so I'm going to try and be like succinct, I think that's the word, share what I want to share and go away before I start burning, because I do have a ring light in front of me. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. So I think when I was approaching my 30s, I felt a lot of pressure. I think that's the word I'm going to stick to, pressure. And also I felt like I was really growing old. For me, 30 felt like I was turning 50, and I just was in my mind a lot, and I just felt like I hadn't ticked so many boxes, and I had to have done this, I had to have gone there, I had to have reached particular goals, and I just felt so much internal pressure. When I approached 30, it was quite an uncomfortable period, but I was still very optimistic. But one thing I love about where I am now is that there's a lot of contentment. in who I am, in where I am, in life in general. And content, but not in the sense that everything is rosy and everything is okay, but I feel like I'm at a point where you know, I don't even know how to explain how it came about, how I got to where I am, but I am okay. I'm content in who I am. I'm content in my character. I'm content in the way that I look. I'm content in myself holistically. And this does not mean that there is no room for improvement or for growth, but I understand that I am where I'm supposed to be at 31, right? And for me, right, other people might have different goals or have reached different goals, but for me, I am where I need to be. And I realize that sometimes looking around to, you know, compare ourselves and to find points of references in other people cause us to miss out on what we're supposed to learn and grasp at this particular juncture, at this particular point in time. And being 31, or this period in my life, I don't even know if it's brought about by age, has been filled with so much contentment, so much peace, you know. And I think, you know, maybe it's also a byproduct of, you know, going to therapy, because for me, going to therapy allowed me to get into my mind and question the way, or the things that I do and why I do them. You know, if I wake up in the morning and I feel off, you know, I've learned to be able to, you know, get into my mind and ask myself, but why are you off? You know, did I go to bed feeling a particular way? Do I have certain expectations for the day? Am I feeling anxious, or things like that? And it's really helped me, even when I'm excited or I'm happy, to really understand the root of it, and to be able to navigate life better. So go to therapy. Go to therapy. So I think for me that was a huge one. I appreciate and I value myself where I am. I was having an internal conversation with myself, like, side note, the other day, just even about things like weight gain. Like, for women, weight is such a touch and go thing, right? It's so it's very sensitive. Like, you don't comment on a woman's weight, whether she's gained or lost weight. Like, just don't do it. And I was comfortable enough with myself to have the conversation about weight and gaining weight, and still content and loving myself. And that's just what I'm appreciating about this season, is just because, you know, I have certain goals and I'm not reaching them maybe in the timelines that I would expect to reach them, does not change how amazing and awesome and beautiful and smart and talented I am. One thing I also want to talk about is dreams and dreaming. You know, I got to a point this year where I realized that I was, in fact, the person that was limiting my dreams. I put my dreams in a box and, you know, was too afraid to come out and properly dream. Like, my dreams were substandard, and when there are no limits and even the sky is not your limit, I think it's of utmost importance that we dream and we work towards, you know, greater, and, you know, enlarging our territories to receive more. And I realized, oh no, baby girl, oh no, we and yeah, it's been really interesting, you know, seeing myself, you know, being challenged to want to dream more, to want to do more, to break out of molds and stereotypes that weren't even set by society, but were set by me. And sometimes we are the enemy, and sometimes, you know, the issue lies with us. And I am so grateful for this phase and this period that I'm in, because now we dream, right? Now we dream, because I realized that, you know, I was dreaming for the bare minimum, And what happens after I reach the bare minimum, right? Because if my dream is, I don't know, to drink this water, cheers, and then I had the water, because obviously it was not too far-fetched, it was an easy kill, then what next, right? And I just had like an awakening to go out there and just, you know, to go out there and dream and be intentional, and to push and to, I think for me, outside voices were such an integral part of how I dreamed, and you know, how far I dreamed, and the goals that I had. And I realized, no, baby girl, right? Just because somebody else says you can't do it does not mean that you can't do it. The Bible says that we can do all things through Christ, and you need to go for it, and you need to stretch and enlarge your territory and just reach for it. And so that's what I've been, you know, exercising and working on doing, and it's been such a rewarding experience. I know I don't talk much about like work and like career on this platform because don't want to mix business with pleasure, but I actually changed jobs at the beginning of the year. Well, towards the end of last year, I moved into a new path, a new career that I'm so grateful for. And you know, it's quite a number of, it's the manifestation of quite a number of things that I've been praying for, and it's such a great ground for me to grow and to express myself and just to be better. And I've really just been enjoying it. And sometimes we tend to, or I tend to feel, you know, shy or uncomfortable with regards to celebrating good things, but God has been really good, you know, in this area of my life, in my career. He's shown himself strong. I mean, if you've watched, you know, some of my videos and you follow me on, you know, platforms like Instagram, you've seen that, you know, I've been to places I never thought I'd be in, you know. And it's not even about just the traveling, it's about the platform to grow. And that's something that I've always, you know, wanted. I don't ever want to be in a place where I'm not able to grow. And I'm so grateful for where I am, because it allows me to explore and to make mistakes and to learn and grow for them. And that has been really great for me, and really a great motivator to continuously be on my toes and want to, you know, grow and climb up ladders and things like that. So that's been really amazing. And one thing that I realized is that every single path that I've been through, every single office that I've been in career-wise, was almost like preparation for where I am now. Have I reached my goal? No, I haven't. But I've taken every single place that I've been at as a lesson. I've learned things, and everything that I've carried with me now is, you know, is lessons and skills that I'm able to use in this place to grow and become better for next and greater levels. So I'm enjoying my career. I'm enjoying my job. It's challenging. I love it. I work with people that want to see me grow, that, you know, believe that I can do it, and that's so amazing, something that I'm truly grateful for. And so it's been amazing just to sit back and watch, you know, where I started off from rather, and where I am now. And you know, some of us, you know, don't grow up with don't grow up with silver spoons in our mouths, don't grow up with connections. We don't get jobs because of our surnames or, you know, who our family members are. It is purely by the grace of God. And I'm grateful for God's grace, and I'm also grateful that the work that I do continues to speak for itself, for even other organizations, for another organization to hire me, because, you know, I was in a previous organization, and that's great, But for you to move means that your work must speak for you. You must be able to speak for yourself. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for where I am in my career. It's almost just that validation to say, you know what, keep pushing, keep moving. All things are working for my good. Ooh. Oh yes. And one thing I want to talk about is, I think I spoke about it earlier, but who I am, my character, riding off of being content and comfortable in who I am. I got to a point where I realized that I was overexerting myself. I was giving off too much energy, and I want to clarify before people start getting like wrong impressions, but I am on the lower scale of ambivert, which means which I think means that I am more introverted than extroverted. And when I sat down with myself, I realized that I was really exerting myself, where I felt like, I was exerting myself in the manner that seemed like I was an extrovert, right? And I'd get home and I'd feel so drained because it takes so much energy to be something or someone you're not. And I had to have a conversation with myself, to really just, come to, like, I had a board meeting with myself to just say, you know what, this is not really who you are. And it was uncomfortable because I felt unnecessary pressure, because I felt like society might expect me to still carry the same kind of energy and the same kind of persona, character that really wasn't who I am. And it's been quite interesting, having to talk to myself even when I'm in public places, to remind myself to be true to myself. Because if I'm not, I am the one who's going to suffer the consequences at the end of the day when I get home and I feel so drained and I feel like I've depleted all of me. And it also took me being comfortable and content in who I was, right? And comfortable to be in a place where maybe they are extroverts, everyone is talking, and I just want to be quiet, right? But also learning how to speak up and to speak even as an introvert in public spaces. And it's an exercise for me that's still ongoing, but it's been really rewarding to go out or to be around people and to be my true authentic self and come home and still feel like I don't need to take a nap to recharge my batteries. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. There's so much that I could talk about, but at 31 I'm in quite a good place. And that doesn't mean that everything is rosy, but I continue to see the hand of the Lord in my life. I am kept, I am sustained, I am growing, I am learning, I am loving, I am loved. And I'm just, it feels like I'm at a point where I'm just starting to live. I'm just starting to like break out of a shell. I'm just starting. And so I'm excited about the years to come. I'm excited about the seasons that are still to come, and going into them understanding that every single thing that I go through is a set up to where I am destined to be, and that in every single thing that I experience, whether good, bad, confusing, exciting, there is a lesson that I need to derive and take from that place that will help me that will help me in places that I am to go to. So I'm really excited about the journey ahead. God is good. God is faithful. That's one thing that has remained constant in my life. It's God and His grace and His love in and out of season. And I'm so grateful for I'm so grateful for God's love. I'm so grateful for tribes, for my tribes, for my support system, because we are human beings, and we are relational beings. So relationships are quite an integral part of our lives, and the people that you have around you are, they always say, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. And so I celebrate those people as well, because I believe that they encourage and challenge me to continuously want to grow and want to be better. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this video is going to be very long. I am a 31-year-old who is in a good place, in a good place, and I'm at a place where I understand why certain things didn't happen earlier, and I'm grateful that certain things didn't happen earlier, because I feel like they would have been so premature. Certain doors, you know, weren't opened or weren't closed earlier. It makes sense at this particular I don't know how many times have I said at this particular juncture, but it all makes sense right now why certain things were the way they were when I was still praying, when I was there praying and possibly fasting for God to open a door. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to do this video again next year when I turn 32, and share just where I am in my mind. There's so much that I can talk about, but I am trying to keep it short because, yeah. I don't know how you guys like watching sit-down videos. For me, I enjoy watching sit-down videos like when I'm cleaning the house. So like highly an hour, it's okay. But for some people, that might not necessarily be the case. So I'm trying to keep a good balance. But thank you. Tell me if you guys are interested in the Q&A down in the bottom, in the comment section. And yeah, I don't usually do them. I do them like once a year. I haven't done one this year. But if you guys are interested, let me know and I will do so. But I think I'm gonna close it here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. God bless you. God keep you. Amen.